This is a message to all my supporters of this podcast. I'm introducing a new supporters program. You can contribute a small amount as a one-off payment to show your love for this podcast. Thank you in advance for all your contributions.
Hi, my name's Mark Hayward. This is the Absolute Business Mindset podcast, and I am a corporate employee with an entrepreneurial mindset. And here are some of my thoughts, ideas and comments. So I want to talk to you today about a principle called 70-20-10. So what this is an idea that was initially done by Lombardi and Etchling, about social planning. But Eric Schmidt from Google was someone who really pushed this and reported on this and implemented this at Google. The key idea is trying to be creative as well as innovative at the same time. So just very simply, it's 70% is your core business, 20% is core business related projects, and then 10% is a project unrelated to your core business. So that's in its strictest sense. Now, you might hear this from people like Tim Ferriss or Rob Moore in the UK, that they champion things like this because they see that you need to have more than one revenue stream. Now, if this was implemented in a job, then that would be one thing. I have personally implemented this in my life to do with my job and my career, I should say, and my side hustles. So basically 70% of my time is based on my career. So I'm a consultant, technology consultant at a corporate environment, and that is what I spend the vast majority of my time doing. That might be pursuing projects, pursuing promotions, delivering to client engagements, so to my own clients, to projects delivering for other clients. It might be internal projects, it might be marketing, sales, whatever it is. And that is the vast majority of my time. If you spoke to my wife, she would tell you I spend more than 70% of my time on this, but essentially, it's only got to be a rough version. From my point of view, and this is purely my point of view, this is not Eric Schmidt's, it just means you've got to have variety. You've got to do a few other things than just one thing. I think if I only did my career without any sort of side hustles, I build skills from doing these podcasts and Twitter and things. And that adds value to my corporate career as well. So I think for me, it's been able to do a few other things, and obviously there's fluidity. So if your 20% then starts becoming more important, or more revenue, or you increase profitability, and that becomes your 70, and then you might drop perhaps your career or whatever it is. So it's important that you're able to distinguish what the most important thing is. So in my career, the salary that I earn is well ahead of anything else that I earn on my other side hustles. So I work very hard on delivering for my company and for my career and for my progression. So it's definitely a top option for me. Now, actually, the 20 and 10 are sort of both could equally be my other two, which one is my Twitter account, which I'm trying to grow organically. Something might go viral, you never know, but I'm growing it organically. And my 10% is my podcasts. So for value added, I would like to think my podcasts are the things that really are the things that are adding value. Organically, I'm growing my listeners, which is great, and really working hard at being able to deliver high quality content. And then equally the 10% is Twitter, which actually takes me more time probably, being able to look through Twitter and release things, but of value, I would say probably podcast has more potential. So on its purest sense, it might be an entrepreneur that has a main business and then maybe does podcasts that then gets advertising, and that's his second revenue stream. And then the 10% might be whatever, writing a book or doing a website, whatever it is. So it's incredibly important for the success of this. You need to be able to prioritize your 70-20-10. And so I think that's really where we stand on this. So I would like you to have a think about it. If you are listening to this and you are thinking, well, actually, I'm spending 100% of my time on my career. I've got other interests. It might be reading, it might be learning. Equally, I love learning and listen to podcasts and listen to audiobooks, which I'm a keen follower of. So equally, it could be something like learning, especially if you're doing an MBA or if you're doing a sales or marketing course or a finance course or whatever it is. So I think that the main point that I just want to make on this, and I'm not going to dwell on this too much, but to be able to do more than just your job or your career or your business gives you variety, which is good. It gives you additional skills that you can develop which are outside of your main business or career. And I think for me, that is the biggest advantage, is being able to develop skills. Like my speaking in public has improved hugely on doing these podcasts. I'm more confident in my delivery. I now know how to position myself when I'm doing slides, what I need to get out of that, and what I need to deliver. So it gives an advantage on your other areas as well. So that's it for today. Just a short one. It's worth just sometimes just really focusing in on one thing and exploring that. So please. This is the Absolute Business Mindset podcast. Please check me out on Twitter as Mark Hayward 169. On YouTube, I've got a bunch of video blogs which I talk about different subjects for a couple of minutes or so. So check those out. Equally, if you would like to be able to get my podcast regularly, please subscribe to the podcast. That would be great if you get these released twice every day, on a Thursday and a Sunday. Apologies, it can't be the middle of the week on a Wednesday, but I'm busy on Wednesday evenings, so it's Thursdays and Sundays. So please subscribe to the podcast. I would love you to do an iTunes review. If you download this from iTunes, that would be fantastic. Please, if you like what I'm talking about, then please leave a few messages about good things, bad things, what I'd like to start, what you'd like me to stop, and what you'd like me to keep doing. So please tap into that. That would be fantastic for you to leave a review on iTunes. And I would like you to check me out podcasts so it's iTunes, on Stitcher, on Spotify I've just done, and on Facebook as well. So check out all the different places where you can get the podcast. And the last thing I'd just like to do, if you've liked what I've been talking about, tell someone about it. Tell a friend. Tell a family member. Tell someone that you just start chatting to in the pub. Whatever it is, let them know about my podcast. I really like to get as far reach as I can with this. So please, pass the message on. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.